He was supposed to testify, and then now this, so
Yeah.
what exactly happened?
Just an amazing fall from grace, and so many people wondering where their money is.
Floyd Mayweather's broke. You know, that's what a lot of people don't realize. He gets these big checks and doesn't pay the taxes on it.
It's not all about the money. Well, your kids can't eat legacy. They can eat off the current.
Shocking new footage has captured Floyd Mayweather in what appears to be visible panic following a surprise bankruptcy declaration. In a tense moment, Mayweather was overheard saying, "Kids can't eat legacy, they can eat currency," highlighting his firm belief that building generational wealth is more important than just leaving behind a name. The man once known for his flashy, no-limits lifestyle now faces growing questions about his financial security and long-term stability.
Not all about the money. Well, your kids can't eat legacy. They can eat off the currency. I believe in building generational wealth. That's what's important to me. Generational wealth. My kids will be great because I will push them to be great. Not in boxing, just in business. Whatever they want to do, I will always push them.
Mayweather has fired back at the bankruptcy rumors, claiming that it's often his own community that rushes to label him broke as soon as he reveals his business moves. According to Floyd, his highly publicized exhibition fights aren't signs of financial desperation but rather calculated strategies to maintain and expand his wealth. Yet, he says, jealous critics love to twist the narrative, turning his wins into supposed losses. "The hate always comes when I'm winning," Mayweather declared, brushing off the negativity as a recurring theme in his career.
As soon as someone black, when my career is over as far as me in a combat sport, as far as boxing, whatever, if I'm promoting on social media or I'm doing exhibitions, it's like, oh man, he's broke. No, it's not a crime for them to make money. They don't say nothing about the guys that's 80 and 90 that's still making hundreds of millions and billions, but as soon as somebody black does it, your people, your own people say, oh, he's broke. Listen, I'm not here to talk about no one else's pockets because I got to where I got to focusing on Floyd Mayweather. That's how I got to becoming 50 and 0. Because my thing was always, I didn't care what nobody else was doing. I had to focus on me and my...
Jake Paul didn't hold back when he boldly claimed that Floyd Mayweather is actually broke, people just haven't realized it yet. Paul argued that Mayweather's luxurious public image is a facade, a carefully maintained cover-up to distract from his fading financial power. According to Jake, the money is no longer flowing like it used to, and the real truth about Floyd's financial situation is finally starting to catch up with him.
Jake, now, did Logan ever get paid with the situation with Floyd Mayweather?
Nah, not yet. Floyd Mayweather's broke. You know, that's what a lot of people don't realize. He gets these big checks and doesn't pay the taxes on it. And then the IRS comes hunting him down later. He owes a lot of people I know money. And Logan's deep down on that list, so I don't know if Logan's ever going to get paid.
Logan Paul added serious fuel to the fire, revealing that investors connected to his high-profile exhibition fight with Floyd Mayweather were left unpaid. According to Logan, these investors waited patiently for their money, but Mayweather allegedly failed to honor the financial agreements, eventually pushing them to file lawsuits against him. This revelation has triggered further concerns about Mayweather's financial reliability and raised serious questions about his handling of major contractual obligations.
On his investment, and sure enough, he didn't get his initial investment back. He's strung along. He gets like $100K here and there, strung along, not getting paid.
Expanding on the controversy, Logan Paul openly questioned Floyd Mayweather's financial integrity, suggesting that the money troubles go much deeper than most people think. Logan pointed out that Mayweather, famously nicknamed Money Mayweather, reportedly owes large sums to several parties, including sellers in Dubai. Despite the massive success and enormous revenue generated from their exhibition bout, Logan says he still hasn't been paid in full. Mayweather's continued delays in settling these payments have led many to scrutinize his financial practices and wonder whether his wealth is as untouchable as it once appeared.
Over $1 billion throughout his entire career, but now he's being accused of being broke. This accusation comes from Logan Paul, who fought Floyd Mayweather 1 year ago, which was one of the biggest fights in all of history, selling over 1 million pay-per-view buys. But Floyd Mayweather was paid the majority of the money when it was reported he made $100 million off the fight. For Logan Paul, who handled all the marketing, it's not the same where he hasn't been paid one penny. That was because every single dollar made went through Floyd Mayweather's company. Logan Paul said despite them having a contract, he's owed $5 million by Floyd Mayweather that he's just not paying him. And Logan Paul, along with his brother Jake Paul, have bashed Floyd Mayweather, accusing him of being broke. Which Floyd Mayweather is undeniably a pretty bad guy, where he went to jail for 2 months for domestic battery. Floyd Mayweather has been accused of domestic abuse by over half a dozen women, including his ex-wife, and was confirmed in court by his son when he was just 10 years old. But Floyd Mayweather took offense to being called broke and said he makes $300 million a month, which is a complete joke because it would mean he has more cash coming in than Bill Gates. And Logan Paul said if Mayweather doesn't pay soon, he's taking him to court. But who knows, maybe Mayweather's money is just a show.
Adding to the growing list of financial concerns, reports surfaced that Floyd Mayweather owes the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, approximately $22 million in unpaid taxes. This significant debt has only intensified public speculation about the true state of his finances and raised questions about how Mayweather is managing the enormous earnings from his illustrious boxing career.
Damn, Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather. What, they got you up under the gun again on $25 million in taxes? Hey man, you know, stuff about to get real for you, Floyd, man, because you already owe Gervonta Davis $33 million that you ain't paid him. Do anybody find it strange that your boy Floyd is on all the IRS money, on Dubai money, on Gervonta Davis money, but yet we have all this stuff, all that flash that y'all see, but y'all realize, man, he get a lot of that stuff free. Now, guys, I'm not hating because that is my favorite boxer, man. And like I said, I'm born and raised in Las Vegas, and I love his grind. He's a hell of a fighter. But, man, hey, man, let the chips fall where they may, man. Everybody can get it on my channel. I'm just putting out that news, man, like the feds is putting it out there because the feds is all in that, man, business right there, man. How you want all these millions? But, man, stay tuned for that.
Amid the criticism surrounding his frequent participation in exhibition fights, Mayweather has stood firm in defending his decision. He insists that these matches aren't just about money, they're also about entertaining fans and showcasing his legendary skills to a new generation. Floyd emphasized that exhibition fights provide a unique opportunity to stay active in the sport without taking the physical risks that come with professional bouts.
It's my time and give people just a glimpse of, you know, what I was doing when I was at the height of my career. You know, when I was at the pinnacle of my career, you know, so just being able to just travel the world and put on shows, put on exhibition bouts, and still sell out arenas, it's a great feeling. But you know, the fans love it. Now, I truly believe if I took a lot of views in the sport of boxing throughout my career, then I probably wouldn't still be doing exhibitions or putting on boxing showcases. But I didn't really take no abuse in the sport of boxing, so I feel like I can continue to go out there, have fun, and put on shows throughout the world.
In another revealing interview, Mayweather outlined the massive financial advantage that exhibition fights offer compared to traditional professional matches. He explained that while stepping into a real fight might earn him as much as $20 million, his exhibitions can easily bring in around $100 million per event. From his perspective, exhibitions are a smarter and far more profitable move, especially in his post-retirement phase.
It's crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game, I said, okay. I said, you know, fighters fighting, they make $3 million, $4 million, $6 million, $7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million, but I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million?
Imagine playing basketball and getting 40 million for a fucking preseason game.
That's real money.
And I get all mine up front.
Despite Mayweather's insistence that exhibitions are strategic and entertaining, public perception tells a different story. Many critics believe that his continuous return to the ring is driven not by passion for boxing but by an increasing need for income. To them, Mayweather's repeated appearances in exhibition events signal financial necessity rather than a desire to give back to the sport that made him famous.
Said this shit for years. I think I think he needs the money, and I think that's why he's fighting. Ever since the Logan Paul fight,
when you Floyd, you don't need money.
You don't know what his finances are. This dude has gambling problems. This guy is.
Whoa. Do you have any fucking link to back up that ridiculous claim that he has gambling problems?
Not gambling problems, but he gambles heavily. Yes, he posts it all the time.
Okay, do you have any fucking any links to back up that he loses?
You don't know that he doesn't. All I know is that he's doing shit.
My point is, until there are links.
Oh no, there's
stating
no I just think
that Floyd Mayweather gambling has put him in debt. Like,
no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
So what? I mean, you're the one that said gambling problem. You said gambling problem and needs money.
I think it's a mix between the way he lives his life, the money that he spends,
and
all the other things that go into it.
You're insinuating a lot. You don't
I am,
know,
and I've always thought that.
You don't know his finances.
To take these fights?
Floyd Mayweather's recent promotion and public handshake with Mag David Adams have sparked speculation that his involvement may be driven more by financial necessity than genuine interest. Observers believe Mayweather's alignment with the organization could be tied to his current financial pressures. Adding to this narrative is Mayweather's reported failure to repay a $2 million debt to rapper 50 Cent, a financial dispute that reportedly fractured their friendship. The unpaid loan has been widely cited as a major reason for their falling out, shining a light on Mayweather's growing list of financial obligations, not just to banks and governments, but also to former friends.
This looked like a friendship that was gonna last a lifetime. What the hell happened between 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather?
He changed his mind.
Now, what do you mean he changed his mind?
As he was actually going into jail, he asked me to help him with Mayweather promotion.
Right.
Then as he actually got in and I took a look, I realized there is no Mayweather promotions. There's no LLC, there's no seal, it's not incorporated. It's just
a name.
Yeah. When he says helping with Mayweather promotions and it's not there, I go, okay, I know what he means. He wants me to
get it together.
Put it together for him. So I do TMT promotions, I get it all the way together.
Yeah.
Then he comes home, there's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on, where, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying a new Lamborghini and all these new things. And I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money? He acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell you how to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Do you think Floyd Mayweather scammed 50?
Oscar de la Hoya has openly reflected on Floyd Mayweather's rise to the financial elite, stating that the turning point came after their iconic fight. Before their bout, Mayweather was earning relatively modest purses compared to boxing's biggest names. But their blockbuster match catapulted him into stardom, transforming him into the Money Mayweather persona that would come to define his career and his extravagant financial identity.
Before Mayweather fought me, he was making $2-3 million on my undercards. After beating me, Mayweather becomes Money Mayweather, and he becomes this global superstar. I think we sold 2-point-something million homes. I believe he made something like $8 million all said and done.
And what did you make all said and done in that fight?
I had to be closer to 80.
You made 80 million, he made 8 million. So the negotiation was 90-10?
Sometimes fighters don't understand negotiating the right way.
Oscar de la Hoya has also been one of Mayweather's harshest critics, especially when it comes to his exhibition fights. De la Hoya has described these matchups as embarrassing spectacles, accusing Mayweather of fighting opponents who are far beneath his skill level. According to de la Hoya, Floyd's participation in these events isn't about competition, it's purely for the money, with no regard for the sport's integrity.
Okay, Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real show that left the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. Floyd, I'm rooting for you, come on, let's turn it around.
In 2021, Mayweather, along with rapper Tyga, reportedly engaged a watch broker and made upfront payments to acquire high-end luxury watches and exclusive jewelry pieces from Miami jeweler Leonard Selianov. This deal became yet another example of Floyd's persistent appetite for expensive collectibles, even as questions about his financial health continue to swirl.
And Tyga might get away without paying $4 million in jewelry. So a lot of wealthy people buy assets or luxury items under business entities. This allows them to pay less tax while also having protection against lawsuits personally. In this case, Tyga and Floyd used a watch broker and some upfront cash to make the deal go through. But as the days passed, no payment was made on the balance that was due, and even their agent admitted they owed $4 million. So what these two did is they signed and paid using a business, and then before paying the full amount, gifted it to themselves on behalf of the business that bought it. Therefore, the broker can't go after Floyd or Tyga because they didn't buy it from them personally. A business that they may control bought it and then gifted it to them, but in this sense is completely separate. But what they did is how the rich get richer. Us in our daily lives have no protection from lawsuits, but as soon as you use a business, the laws completely change. So I'm not saying you should do this or that they'll even get away with this, but it's definitely an interesting way to get expensive jewelry.
Despite the growing pile of debts and lawsuits, Floyd Mayweather continues to showcase a lifestyle that screams wealth and untouchable status. Recently, he made headlines again with reports of purchasing commercial buildings valued at a staggering $42 million. While most people facing financial heat would scale back, Floyd appears to double down, reinforcing his Money Mayweather image by making grand public purchases. His high-profile real estate deal quickly became a major talking point across sports and financial media, painting the picture of a man who refuses to tone down the excess regardless of whether his financial foundation is crumbling beneath him.
What's the point of buying 62 buildings? You buy a couple...
No, 62 units, I think, right?
No, 62 units could be one building.
Yeah, it could be.
They got buildings with 90 units and
yeah,
100 and some units.
He has 62 multifamily units. That's what it says. So that's 62 buildings. Like you just said, it's probably
so
62
think about
buildings.
it.
Yeah.
If he has that, some of the buildings might not be in the best condition.
Right.
So knock it down and build, or knock, if they're side by side, knock both of them down. Don't renew rents. Let them move out and then build a skyscraper.
Right. Or if he makes commercial properties out of some of those.
However, the story didn't hold up for long. Soon after the headlines broke, reports began surfacing that Floyd Mayweather may not actually own the entire properties as originally claimed. Investigations suggest that his stake in the buildings is likely far smaller than he initially portrayed. What was pitched as a full ownership deal now seems more like a fractional investment dressed up for public perception.
For some odd reason, at the beginning of the year, Floyd Mayweather decided to tell us all that he bought a bunch of apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Everybody has found out that that wasn't true. Apparently, it's not that hard to figure out who owns property. This is not an indictment on Floyd Mayweather as a boxer. He is one of the best boxers we've ever seen. Anybody who is privy to Floyd Mayweather's antics outside of the ring knows Floyd ain't bought no goddamn apartment buildings in no Upper Manhattan, bro. We knew that when he told us. I'm not sure who Floyd Mayweather thought he was fooling. Nothing about Floyd Mayweather outside of a boxing ring says savvy. I'm sorry. This is the same Floyd Mayweather that 50 Cent told he would donate $50,000 to the charity of his choice to read Harry Potter. He bought $400 million worth of apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Come on, Floyd. The people who was living in apartment buildings, the second they heard that Floyd Mayweather bought their building, they was on the phone with property management like, what's really? I will pay $10,000 a month, but I won't pay $10,000 a month to a nigga. Floyd, you can't just do that with Upper Manhattan apartment buildings, bro. Tell lies like that about the projects, man. You gotta do that to the hood, man. Ain't nobody going for that shit in Upper Manhattan.
That same month, Floyd was seen flaunting another major acquisition, a brand new private jet, reportedly valued at around $500 million. Whether the number is accurate or inflated, what's crystal clear is Mayweather's ongoing obsession with projecting the image of immense wealth. Even with bankruptcy whispers and lawsuits following him closely, Floyd seemed determined to show the world that he's still the king of financial flexing. One of his most notorious habits has always been carrying backpacks stuffed with bricks of cash, not to spend, not to donate, but purely to display. For Mayweather, subtlety was never the goal. He wanted people to see the money, to feel it in the room with him.
Yeah. I think it was like a $5 or $8 million 5-fight deal or something like that. I have to check the numbers, but he turned that down to start his own promotion. And when he was with HBO, he worked out that deal to do the 24/7 where you can see the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That was right around the time when reality TV was getting big.
Yeah.
So you didn't have social media then. People began to build and know Floyd off of the 24/7.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, my wife even became a boxing fan from watching the 24/7s.
Yeah.
So the timing of him becoming his own boss, which you're gonna make the majority.
For Floyd Mayweather, it has always been about the image, the relentless need to prove he's still the richest, the flashiest, and the most extravagant person in the room. From his outrageous watch collection to his jaw-dropping purchases, Floyd built his brand around opulence and excess. He would regularly post videos and photos showcasing his expensive watches, claiming he just wanted to share his lifestyle. But to most, it looked like pure flexing. Now, as more financial cracks become visible, those over-the-top displays seem less like casual boasting and more like a desperate attempt to hold on to a reputation. It's no surprise that as the money started to dry up, the public already had a clear window into where it all went.
I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. Right here, I got 3 cases. And they're all full of watches. So when I travel, I like to take, if I'm going for 45 days, I like to take 45 watches with me. I like to have options. So everybody's always asking me, what's your favorite watch? Well, one of my favorite watch brands is Co. As you can see right here, I got this a few months back, and it's one of my favorite watches. One of the best brands in the world. That's just my personal opinion. I like the brand so much, I went and bought another watch just yesterday, Co. As you can see, Co. Now, let's talk about watches, let's talk about jewelry, let's talk about a few things. I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. So we'll set this to the side. Now, we want to give the people an appetizer or something light. So we give you 2 appetizers, then we give you a main course. Just a few watches that I got while I travel. So check this out. We're gonna go here first. And of course, the company is Co. Crazy company. Now, I need you guys to come closer and check this out. So let me come give you guys a breakdown.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.